Welcome to Orchard Grammar School Distance Learning Program DLP. Hello students, this is Miss Sana Kamar, Junior Cambridge, Grade 3. Today we are going to learn about time. By the end of this session, you will be able to tell time using analog and digital clocks. Identify hours and minutes in both clocks, analog and digital. When we talk about time, the basic question which comes in our mind is how to tell the time. This is a digital clock. A digital clock is a type of clock that displays the time digitally in numerals or other symbols as opposed to an analog clock. Here, the time is indicated by the positions of rotating hands. In this digital clock, the hours are to the left of the colon and the minutes are to the right of the colon. You can see this on a cell phone or your microwave oven at home. This is an analog clock face. The numbers around the clock face are hours. There are 12 hours marked on the clock. If you observe the analog clock carefully, the lines around the edge are called minutes. There are 60 minutes marked on the clock. This is because there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. You must observe two hands on the face of analog clock. There is one short hand and one long hand. The short hand on the clock tells us what hour is it. The long hand on the clock tells us what minute it is. If we are going to tell the time from an analog clock, there are some terminologies which we have to know. O'clock. When the minute hand is on the 12, we pronounce that o'clock. For example, as you can see here in the clock, when the hour hand is on the 1 and minute hand on the 12, it is pronounced 1 o'clock. Another terminology which we use while we are using analog clock is half past. When the minute hand is on 6, we pronounce that half past. As we can see in this analog clock, when the hour hand is in between 8 and 9 and minute hand is on 6, it is pronounced half past 8. As we know the terms o'clock and half past. O'clock means 1 hour, half past means half an hour. Now, we have to count by fives so we can know about the minutes as well. What we have to do here? We know that 60 minutes are on the clock, makes 1 hour. There are 5 minutes from 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and so on. Now, count with me by fives around the clock. 1 means 5, 2 means 10, 3 means 15, 4 means 20, 5 means 25, 6 means 30 and it is also called half past. 7 means 35, 8 means 40, 9 means 45, 10 means 50, 11 means 55 and 12 means o'clock, means our 1 hour has been passed. Now students, it's a practice time. Let's practice on these analog clocks. If you remember what we have done previously, we have done hour hand and minute hand. As you can see in the first clock, both the hands are pointing towards 12. So, now think what time is it and write down the time on the blank space. Now, match your answers of the previous worksheet here. Let's have some more practice. Match the correct time with the clock. Now, match your answer. I hope you have done it correctly. As we have done the practice of analog clock, now let's have some practice of digital time. Write the correct digital time in these boxes after watching these analog clock carefully. Match your answers and find the correct answers. Let's have a quick recap. Today we have learned how to tell the time with the analog clock and the digital clock. So students, that's all for today's topic. See you soon.